All right, on this section, I'm going to show you how to basically solve the same types of equations, but the answers come out a little bit different. So you'll see what I mean here. So we're going to start by graphing this line. So again, the slope is the number in front of the x, so that's a 1 over 1. So we're going to go the y-intercept of -6, plot that point. The slope is 1 over 1. So we're going to go up 1 over 1. So it's going to go through each little corner like that. Okay, and it goes on forever in both directions. Then this one we need to move the x over. So that's y equals x plus 2 if we add x to both sides. And again, the slope on this one is 1 over 1. So we're going to go to plus 2 on the y-axis. And the slope is 1 over 1. So up 1 over 1. So it's also going to go through each corner. And if we extend it this way, it's going to look like this. And because the two lines go forever at that same slope, they're never going to cross. And we're trying to find where they cross. So this one has no solution. Okay? So parallel lines never intersect, so there is no solution. The slope on this one is 1, and it's true for both of them. The slope on this line is 1, the slope on this one is 1. So when you have the same slope, then there's no solution, because the same slope is what makes them parallel. Parallel lines have the same slope, okay? So let's see what happens with this one. We need to move the x over. So this is going to become y equals -x plus 4. So this is like a -1 over 1. So we're going to go to plus 4 on the y-axis because that's my y-intercept. Then I'm going to go down 1 to the right 1. So down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, and so on. So it's going to look like this. It's going to go on forever. Okay, this one, I'm going to move the 3x over. So I'm going to have 3y equals -3x plus 12. And then I'm going to divide everything by 3. So I get y equals -1x plus 4. So I get the same exact line. When you rearrange this, like originally it doesn't look the same, but if you notice, each term is just a multiple of 3 from the other equation. So when you rearrange it and divide by 3, you get exactly the same thing. So if I come over here to graph this, I'm going to go to plus 4, which is where I already was, and my slope is -1 over 1, so I'm going to go down 1 over 1. I get the exact same line. So when both equations are the same, there are infinite solutions. Infinite means no limit to how many there are. Okay, there's an infinite number of solutions because every point on this graph represents a solution. Okay, so these not only have the same slope, they also have the same y-intercept, which is m and b. So like in y equals mx plus b, it's the same m and the same b. It's exactly the same equation, okay? Then your answer is infinite solutions, okay? Determine the number of solutions to each system of equations. Well, we don't have to graph this whole thing because of this. Like we're going to look at the slopes. If the slopes are the same, but they have a different one, up in here, it has to also have a different y-intercept. That's what makes it two separate lines. Down here, we have the same slope and the same y-intercept. All right, so we need to know the slope of this one. So we need to rearrange this. This is already in y equal mx plus b form. This one is not, so I need to move the 4x over. So y is equal to -4x plus 3. So for this one, the slope is 1, okay? For this one, the slope is -4. When the slopes are different, you're going to have lines, like one that has a slope of 1 is going to be going up this direction, and a slope with -4 is going to be going this direction, and so it's going to cross somewhere. So this one has one solution. It's going to cross in one place. So different slopes means there's going to be one solution. This one, the slope is 2/3, because you look at the number beside the x. Remember, for all this, we're using y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. This one we need to rearrange. We've got to put the 2 over there. So we have 3y is equal to positive 2x minus 6. If I add 2x to both sides, I get a positive 2x there. Divide everything by 3. I get y equals 2/3 x minus 2, because 6 divided by 3 is 2. Well, not only do I get that the m is 2/3, okay, so it's the same slope, then I also get that the last number is the same. I get a -2 and a -2. This is exactly the same equation, so this is infinite solutions. Same m and same b. This one we need to rearrange, so I'm going to move the 2x over. So that's going to give me -2y equals -2x plus 2. Divide everything by -2, because you want to divide to get your y by itself. -2 divided by 2 is a positive 1. 2 divided by -2 is -1. So this top equation reduces to y equals 1x minus 1. The slope is 1, the y-intercept is -1. This one is already in y equal mx plus b form. M is positive 1 there. The b is different, okay? M is 1, b is 4. Here, m is 1, but the b is -1. So I have the same slope, different y-intercept. These are parallel lines. These are two separate parallel lines, so this is no solution. So those are your 3 different situations. Either they just cross once because they have different slopes, they have the same slope and the same y-intercept, they end up being the exact same line, that's infinite solution, or they have the same slope but different y-intercepts, making 2 separate lines. So then there's no solution. Okay? That should be enough information for you to do your assignment today.